Mary Johnson lives in a small town in the Midwest, the kind of place where time drags but bills pile up fast. She works 3 jobs, scrubbing floors in the morning, serving hash browns and coffee at the diner by noon, and balancing the books of a hardware store after dark. Every hour is a fight to keep a roof over her head and food on the table for her 6-year-old son, Daniel. Daniel is her anchor. His laugh pushes her through the exhaustion, through the ache in her back and knees. One afternoon, he comes home from school, drops his backpack, and asks with a glow in his eyes, "Mom, will you get me a bicycle for my birthday?" The question lands like a stone in her chest. She smiles, ruffles his hair. But inside, she already knows the answer. A bicycle is too far, out of reach. A few days later, she walks past the bike shop on Main Street. Bright reds, blues, and greens shine through the glass. She stops. The price tags stare back at her, sharp as knives. Shame floods her face. She turns away quickly, eyes fixed on the pavement. The birthday comes. Mary sets a small box on the table, wrapped as carefully as she can manage. Inside is the only gift she can afford: crayons. Daniel peels the paper off, opens it, and for a split second his face falls. The disappointment is clear, but he forces a smile and whispers, "Thanks, Mom." The words cut deeper than silence. Guilt presses heavy on her chest. She wants to scream, to demand an answer from heaven. Mary prays every night. On her knees, hands clasped, she begs for relief, for steady work, for a sign. But the days grind on. The car breaks down. The furnace dies in the middle of winter. Each problem stacks on top of the other until she feels buried alive. Her prayers change. She still whispers them, but doubt grows inside her like a spreading crack. If God is good, why this cruelty? If he hears her, why is the only reply silence? That night, while Daniel sleeps curled up with his crayons, Mary lies awake staring at the ceiling. The thought she has tried so hard to keep away finally takes shape, sharp and cold. Maybe there is no God. Because if there were, he could never be this cruel.
Mary's story is actually the story of many people. There are so many different religions in the world. What many believers across various religions share is the conviction that a higher order exists, and that this higher order is benevolent and charitable in nature. There is little doubt that some sort of higher force exists. Even non-religious people have likely realized at least once in their lives how incredible the experience of life on Earth is. Think, for example, of the perfection of the human body. We breathe without thinking. Even now, as you watch this video, your diaphragm is moving rhythmically because a tiny nerve center in your brainstem monitors the levels of oxygen and carbon dioxide in your blood. No conscious will is needed. The body knows when to inhale and when to exhale. Similarly, the heart doesn't ask our permission to beat. In the sinoatrial node, specialized tiny cells generate the electrical impulses that set the rhythm of life. Every contraction pushes blood into all the body's cells, and in this process, the heart produces a powerful electromagnetic field, extending well beyond the confines of the chest. These automatic, invisible, and perfectly coordinated mechanisms remind us that a large part of our lives is not under conscious control, but entrusted to a biological intelligence inscribed in the body's circuits, which was programmed by a form of higher intelligence. We can call this form of higher intelligence by various names: God, the universe, infinite intelligence. The name doesn't matter. The mistake, however, is to consider this form of higher intelligence to be benevolent and charitable. Instead, it is an absolutely neutral mechanism, devoid of moral judgment. This explains why, for example, there are poor people suffering despite being good individuals, and on the other hand, bad people who have a desirable life. Since the universe is not static, but a dynamic system of energetic interactions, as Nikola Tesla said, to understand how the universe works, you must think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Energy is the vital force that flows through all things, visible and invisible. It is what animates the universe, what moves life inside and outside of us. Your body is made of energy. Your dog is made of energy. Your car is made of energy. Frequency is the quality of that energy, Every emotion, thought, or state of mind can be seen as a different frequency. Anger and fear are low, love and joy are high. Vibration is the way our energy resonates and manifests. The higher our vibration, the more we are in tune with harmony, creativity, and connection with the universe. It is an invitation to view the world not just with the eyes of matter, but as a flow of mutually influencing energies. By changing our inner frequency and vibration, we can change how we perceive and experience reality. That is why the universe doesn't give you what you want, but what you are ready to receive based on the frequencies you have previously sent out. Frequency is the language of the universe. The universe is like a mirror. It reflects what we send out. If you want to change what you receive, you must change what you send. Right now, you are living the life that is attuned to the very frequencies you have sent out. Until she understands this mechanism, Mary will continue to send low frequencies, shame, guilt, scarcity to the universe, and will never be able to change her life. Therefore, she continues to receive lack, poverty, and misfortune. In this image, you can see the vibration frequency scale developed by Dr. David R. Hawkins. It's a logarithmic scale of consciousness that assigns a numerical value to different emotional states based on their vibrational frequency. It ranges from 20 for shame at the lowest level to 1,000 for enlightenment at the highest, with negative emotions like guilt, grief, and fear falling below 200 Hz and positive emotions such as love and joy falling above it. The scale suggests that higher emotional frequencies can lead to better health and more positive life experiences, while lower frequencies can weaken the body. The common mindset holds the mistaken belief that positive emotions like joy are caused by a triggering event, such as a promotion or winning the lottery. This is precisely where the misunderstanding arises. People wait for a positive event to experience positive emotions, with the result that they never reach satisfying emotional states. What if it were the opposite? What would happen if you were able to maintain high frequencies even in the absence of a triggering motivation? I'll tell you, miracles would start happening in your life, and you would ask yourself, why didn't I understand this sooner? But how can you change your frequencies? In this video, I will suggest 3 tricks to change your perspective and start cultivating positive thoughts and emotions capable of changing your frequencies and sending a different signal to the universe. Number 1, realize that infinite possibilities exist. What is happening to you now is the result of what you have transmitted to the universe in the past. Currently, you are receiving things that are in line with your low frequencies. You need to raise your frequencies and reach the frequencies you would have if you were already living your ideal life. The difficulty lies in maintaining high frequencies despite negative events. But these negative events are happening to you because so far you have predominantly sent negative frequencies to the universe. It is all within your power. You have many possibilities to change your reality now that you know the language of the universe. Number 2, practice gratitude for what you already have. Even if you have never thought about it or realized it, you are probably already much luckier than the average global population. In 2025, approximately 831 million people are living in extreme poverty according to the World Bank. That is, on less than about $3 a day. A condition that means a stable inability to secure enough food, adequate shelter, essential care, and basic education. Whatever your situation, reflect and realize that there is certainly someone less fortunate than you. Feel grateful as soon as you open your eyes in the morning, and do not get out of bed until you are filled with a positive feeling of calm and gratitude. Number 3, stop basing your life on the perception of the external environment through your 5 senses. Where attention goes, energy flows. If you continue to keep your attention on the external world, your energy will go there, and things will remain as they are in the current state. Instead, you need to shift the focus to your inner world, because that is where the creative force within you originates. The inner world, made of thoughts and emotions, shapes the outer world made of energy that shapes matter. Learning to master your frequencies will allow you to change your life in ways you couldn't have even imagined before. To send a strong signal to the universe, write in the comments, "I am ready to change my frequency." You will feel different starting today. Thank you, and see you in the next video.